Don't let the insecurities of others dull your sparkle. Shine like the star you are born to be. Everything is a learning lesson, good and bad, so I am happy with the way things are, and I learn from everything negative. I am in a great space now, so I wouldn't change a thing. I believe that God has blessed me in immeasurable ways so that I can, in return, bless and help others. When I started my career, I never looked at myself as one to be inspirational, but as I continued to grow, I've met so many different people who ask, how do you do it? You make it look easy, but it's not easy. I have certain tricks and tips I use every day that have been working for me. People see your life on social media, and they say, oh my gosh, it's perfect, and I'm like, no, every day, it's not even just a struggle, it's something new, and it's a new challenge to make sure that I'm mentally stable and healthy and that I'm okay. It was just great to finally get it out and talk about it. I am the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, of Marathon Agency, a new venture with my business partner Steve Carless. It's a management, branding, marketing, and business strategy. I'm in charge of marketing and branding clients like Nick Cannon, Nicki Minaj, and more. Nicki Minaj is one of those rare artists who get the social aspect of their career. She interacts with her fans. She replies to them. She gets them information first. I wanted to focus on creating a solid foundation, creating my blueprint, and understanding who I was. You can get distracted easily, and people take you off course with just a compliment. I wanted the focus to be on Karen Civil the businessperson, not what I wore, not what I looked like. It's unfortunate that cyberbullying is something that happens to 13-year-old kids in junior high and adults in the workplace. It's something that we have to deal with as Americans. Nothing is ever quick. You have to grow an audience, keep them engaged, give them a reason to keep coming back so it will never be an overnight success. Have patience. I took business and economics courses. More than anything, I learned the proper steps and the things that need to be outlined. You have to keep your books. How much money you made, how much money you're spending, what you profited, and what you're gonna need for expenses. It's a feeling I can't describe, to see my work in action. The best is when an artist is appreciative. What are you doing to magnify and grow your business? What are you doing for yourself? You have to self-motivate. I had to learn a million things on Google until I was able to meet people who I could partner with for help. Never stray from life's purpose. Refrain from counting someone else's blessings instead of your own. While working for Diplomat Records, I helped several artists with their online branding and social media. Once I left the label, I worked directly with artists and noticed many artists were overlooked and underrated if they weren't in XXL or The Source. I always knew I wanted to do something in entertainment. Since I could not sing, had no rhythm, and did not want to be a baby mama, I thought I would explore the video DJ route. When I was in 8th grade, I created a Backstreet Boys fan site. I came in 3rd place in a fan site contest and got to meet them. In high school, I created a fan group for J.D. Williams, who played Bodie on The Wire. I had the chance to meet him, and he took me to have lunch at IHOP. At that point in my life, I noticed this internet thing was giving me the chance to check off goals off of my bucket list. I'm just me. I'm that cool girl who, as I like to say, I have that Carson Daly effect, where, if you watched TRL, he was able to do interviews with NSWNC, blend right in, and then he would do interviews with Cash Money and blend in there, and you just naturally liked him. I didn't have a resume when Lil Wayne hired me. I didn't have a resume when Beats by Dre flew me across the country to be their 12th employee. I still don't have a resume. Now, metaphorically, I sit at any table that I want. I can sit with the jocks, I can sit with the gang members, I can sit with the politicians, I can sit with the CEOs. My brand can fit anywhere. I'm doing activations with companies you would never think of. Not to say this in a braggadocious way, but I'm not putting myself in a box. The only thing that goes in a box is Chinese food and your sneakers, not me. I get this thing where people are like, man, you got to tell me what to do, like I have a cheat code to being successful. It's hard work, it's trial and error. I failed, but I never let failure get to my head or to my heart. I like to take people out of their element. Giving back has definitely kept me grounded. Stepping outside of yourself to serve a group or community of people who are in need in some facet has a way of doing that. I don't ever want to grow to a place where giving back becomes a foreign concept. I was born to Haitian parents, and the idea of giving back is really just a part of our culture. So, I don't think there was ever a moment that I questioned my call to philanthropy, but I can say that the more I've grown, the bigger that call has become. One of my most memorable moments serving the community was after I built the live civil playground in Haiti, and I visited an orphanage and gave away shoes to all the kids. I also sat with them and helped them design their shoes. The smiles on their faces were priceless. When I was young, I originally wanted to be a radio on-air personality. Once I realized I may not be fit for that, I was infatuated with hip-hop, that I still wanted to be a part and give back the community, so I decided to carve my own path and make my own lane. Growing up in America, even in the rougher parts of Elizabeth, I had 2 nice playgrounds to choose from as a child. I clung to my vegan friends for more support than anyone because they helped guide me and made the transition much easier. My family was a bit skeptical, as they felt like I wasn't getting enough protein in my vegan diet. I make sure I eat before I go anywhere just in case they don't have a vegan-friendly option. I love vegan tacos, so good. I invite friends over to have some, and they can't believe they aren't eating real meat. I take yoga classes, do a mile run, and of course take part in some kind of water sport. Growing up was very interesting for me. If you were Haitian, people just automatically assumed that English was a second language. So they had a special class for my brother and I, but we spoke proper English. When I first started blogging, it was about getting out new music and capturing artists working in the studio. This was before artists were so social. They weren't so hands-on then. For blogs today, it's really about content creation and partnering with a brand. You can get the news in so many forms and so many places. A tweet now is enough to tell you about a story. People don't have to click to go to your site. At first, social media was just about networking. But now that I have to network, I make sure that every platform makes money for me. You can do something on Facebook. At the end of the day, I'm still an African American woman in a male-dominated industry, so sometimes you have to deal with people not taking your ideas seriously. But I look at it as, I'd rather have adversities in something that I love than doing something that I hate or where I am not interested. Christmas is always a great time because I get to be around family and spend time with my brother, nieces, and nephews, so that's what I plan to do. It's great to disconnect from everything. I tell people to use me as example of what they can do if they don't give up. I like people to see me as a girl next door, who conquered and went after what she wanted. It's all about how you use your social platform. Right now, I'm just using mine to empower people, get my entertainment and my news. Other people use their platform for different things. You work hard, you sacrifice for everything you do, and in 1 second, someone can tarnish your name, someone can badmouth you, and someone can say things. People let all of the good things get washed away because someone spoke ill of them. Words do cut, and they do hurt. It was one thing growing up where you were bullied, but you just come home. Now you can't really escape it. It's to a point where you turn off that phone, you live your life, and you try not to let the words of others offend or stop you from being you and living your life. For so long, we were labeled, you're a girly girl, you're a tomboy, you're this or that, but now we can do what we want. One style doesn't define me. All I cared about was TRL. I was studying communications at school, and one day before class, I heard about the Search for an Apprentice program. I'd worked in music for years and built all these relationships, so I bought a camera, built a website, and decided to go for it. I just knew I loved music, and I wanted to do something in music, but I couldn't sing, I can't dance, I am an introvert. So I was like, what exactly is there for me to do? What can I do? There's all these questions, there's all these things that are telling you no, instead of yes. Those are the things I dealt a lot with, my insecurity. This is random, but I thought I was going to have the biggest Backstreet Boys fan site. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought I was gonna marry one of the Backstreet Boys, and I was gonna be his Yoko Ono. I fell in love with hip-hop a little bit late. I grew up on Another Bad Creation and Criss Cross. But my mom got me a TV in my room, and I remember seeing Biggie's Give Me One More Chance, and I was like, oh, this is how a house party looks. I really fell in love with it when Tupac created Dear Mama. The assistants, the managers, the PR, the person who's coordinating, the person in production, those are the people I loved communicating with and building network relationships with. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.